Welcome to another World Geography podcast. Today's topic, Europe.
Europe is highly developed. They have a high life expectancy, low infant mortality, high GDP per capita, low population growth, a low percentage of the population is below the age 15, and they have a high literacy rate.
شتیم میگی در مجبوری بیتوی نمیجا
Përshëndetje.
Missed the top. Oh, no!
Europe is densely populated. In fact, it's one of the world's most densely populated areas. And most of the people live in urban spots.
The economics of Europe. Europe has a well-developed infrastructure. The Channel is a tunnel between France and England, connecting England to the continent.
Has finally been opened by the Queen and President Mitterrand. They travelled through the tunnel together and took part in ceremonies on both sides of the channel. The Queen said the project is one of the world's greatest technological achievements, but ordinary passengers won't be travelling through it for several months. The actual building of the tunnel proved less difficult than maintaining its finances. It took more than 6 years to bore the 3 tunnels that now link Folkestone in Kent to Calais on the French coast. 11 huge boring machines were used to cut through the chalk marl at a depth of up to 130 feet beneath the seabed. Laser alignment ensured the tunnels met successfully in the middle.
The Queen started her historic journey from the new Channel Tunnel terminal at London's Waterloo Station, aboard one of the Eurostar passenger trains that will eventually whisk travellers from London to Paris and Brussels in around 3 hours. Today she was going only as far as Calais to meet the French President François Mitterrand. Her Majesty's train entered the tunnel at Folkestone to applause from those on board, emerging half an hour later in France, where the President's train was waiting at the platform in Calais. Safety normally precludes two trains travelling on the same line in opposite directions, but today the French and British locomotives came to rest nose to nose, feet apart. Welcomed by her host, the Queen joined President Mitterrand in simultaneously cutting a ribbon officially opening the Under-Channel Link, the project a year behind schedule and costing twice the original estimate of nearly £5 billion. Then President Mitterrand joined the Queen in her Rolls-Royce aboard one of the vehicle-carrying shuttle trains for the journey to Britain. Re-entering the tunnel, the Queen seemed to suffer momentarily from a sudden drop in pressure. Then she and the French President returned to their vehicle, the train continuing to hurtle along at 90 miles an hour, 40 yards underneath the channel, with little or no sensation of movement inside the carriages. This is almost certainly the first and last passenger service to travel through the Channel Tunnel for some months. Further testing and commissioning is necessary before a limited commercial service is introduced, and that probably won't be before July. In Folkestone, the Rolls-Royce manoeuvred out of the train onto the platform, just as thousands of rather less grand vehicles will do when a full shuttle service becomes operational, perhaps later this year. Here, the Queen described the tunnel as an engineering marvel.
It stands as a monument to the joint efforts and talents of our engineers, technicians and construction workers who faced and overcame many difficult and unexpected problems.
Although some problems remain, few would disagree with Her Majesty's assessment. Mike Smart, BBC News at the Channel Tunnel.
The Alpine regions are important for tourism, recreation, and resources.
Fjords are long, narrow, and deep channels formed by glaciers.
Areas are threatened by air and water population. Forests, such as Black Forest in Germany, cities such as Venice, and rivers such as the Rhine, Danube, and Seine.
Nighttime. Daytime. Nighttime. Daytime. Nighttime. Daytime.
What are you doing?
Having a game of nighttime, daytime. You want to play?
No, you're right. I got an Xbox.
There is a major development of industrial and transportation centers near mineral deposits.
All the way to Germany and do a show called Mega World and not mention the most popular car company in all of Europe. Of course, I'm talking about Volkswagen, makers of this beauty, the original Volkswagen Bug. Oh, What a timeless classic. You know, the company continues to make waves in the automotive industry by taking our idea of what a car factory should be and turning it upside down. Or maybe I should say, inside out. Paul and Brigitte Vitalios could be entering Germany's newest art gallery. Or maybe it's a concert hall. Or a really upscale hotel. Well, think again. They're here to buy a car. They've come to one of the most innovative manufacturing facilities in the world. It's in the heart of downtown Dresden, a city best known for its historic buildings. But that's changing thanks to Volkswagen's new transparent factory.
As the name Transparent Factory says, it's transparent. You can see everything here in the transparent factory.
Part assembly plant, part museum, it's the only factory in the world where you can peer through glass walls and see cars being made right before your eyes. Instead of concrete, the floors are Canadian maple. Instead of dark overalls, all the workers wear white, right down to their fingertips. And everywhere you look, there's glass, glass, and more glass. It's all meant to symbolize the high-quality, high-end vehicle they produce here, a luxury car called the Phaeton. But selling the people of Dresden on the idea of a downtown factory required some creative thinking.
So they expected like big traffic, pollution and noise. And what we now have is a very quiet place and with almost no traffic because all our parts we're getting with a cargo tram.
The VW cargo trams share streetcar tracks with the city's public transit vehicles. They deliver auto parts directly to the factory. Inside, the parts are sorted into containers. A robotic sled then drives each container through the assembly hall, up and down elevators, finally parking beside one specific car body. The robots find their way with the help of a special magnetic guidance system.
So this driverless transportation system is orientating by over 60,000 magnets embedded in the floor like a road map.
With the correct parts at hand, the assembly team's set to work. And while they work, they're gently put into motion. The entire production line sits on a wide conveyor belt built into the floor. It moves ever so slowly in a big loop around the factory. The floor also delivers power for tools and computer systems.
This portable workstation is getting the energy by induction from the floor and it runs this computer system. So this computer tracks every screw for safety relevant systems like the airbag system.
These intelligent tools actually register when a specific bolt or screw is fitted. That way, the computer knows when each car is ready for the next assembly stage.
One screw is missing and then this car's ready.
After one complete lap on the floor conveyor, the cars begin a second tour of the factory, this time suspended from on high.
And the suspended conveyor is a system which was developed with the University of Dresden to move the cars and, of course, to get the cars in different positions. So we can change the angles and the height of the cars for each worker to have the best position for him to do his working steps individually on his car.
With the electric car lifter, I can adjust it so I can work at any angle. For example, I can work underneath the floor panel here to do things like plug in these air hoses.
The chassis seem to float overhead, as if performing some sort of bizarre automotive ballet. To enjoy the show, tourists are invited right into the assembly area.
When I came here, joining this, working here in the Transparent Factory, whatever I did was visible for everybody. But you get used to this. It's kind of 2-3 weeks and it's kind of normal.
Customers get the best view of all right on the production line. Paul and Brigitte are here to see the most crucial stage. A robotic sled moves the drivetrain into position. It then gets bolted to the chassis. It's sort of like some James Bond version of the future come to life. Some customers go even further and actually help build their new ride.
One time I had some women from Saudi Arabia, and they were really like doing all the screws, and they didn't want to stop.
At the end of the line, the newly minted Phaetons go through a series of quality control checks.
Here we are now on the final check. This is the light tunnel. Here we are checking the lacquer, and we are checking for scratches and for small imperfections. And you see here we have different lights. We want to simulate with this light every light what you find also in nature.
After a final buff and polish, it's off to the storage silo, yet another unique feature of the transparent factory. Each new car will wait here for its new owner. Unless, of course, the new owner is already waiting for his or her new Phaeton. In that case, there's only one thing left to do.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. They didn't let me drive the Phaeton. No worries. This Volkswagen Bug, this is just fine by me. And for Mega World Germany, well, hey, guess what? We're done. It's a wrap. I hope you've enjoyed some of the stories we've brought you from Germany, some of the awesome projects going on here that help make this country such an engineering powerhouse. As for me, well, I'm out of here. From Berlin's Brandenburg Gate, I'm Kevin Brosh. Tschüss. See you next time.
Rivers and canals serve as major transportation links. Europe has a well-educated workforce, many industrial and technological societies, and the farmers use advanced farming techniques, which allows them to have high crop yields and fertile soils. The governments play a huge role in Sweden and Denmark.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with S. Sky. I spy with my little eye something beginning with C. Cloud. Yeah. Oh, God, I'm bored. I'm fed up with that game. Let's play another game. I know what. What?
Hello? This is your captain speaking. There is absolutely no cause for alarm.
No, not yet. Let it sink in. They're thinking, what is there absolutely no cause for alarm about? Are the wings on fire?
The wings are not on fire.
Now they're thinking, why should he say that? So we say...
Oh, how are we doing? They've stopped eating, looking a bit worried.
Good.
Hang on, one of them's going to the washroom.
Is he there yet?
Please return to your seats and fasten your safety belts immediately, please.
Yes. Here he comes, going up the aisle like the clappers.
Hello? You will find your life jackets under your seats. I'm sorry, you will find them on the racks above your head. But do not unfasten your safety belts.
Great, that was marvellous. Right, gobbledygook. Oh. Yeah.
The scransons above your head are now ready to flange. Please unfasten your safety belts and press the emergency photo scamps on the back of the seats behind you.
Marvellous, milling about, climbing over the seat.
But do not leave your seats.
Do not panic.
Tea will now be served.
Inflate your life jackets.
And extinguish all cigarettes.
Please remove the luggage from the racks above your heads and place it on the racks on the other side of the aircraft.
Except the hand luggage,
which you should sit on.
No, the look. Hang on. What? Hang on. What? They've all jumped out.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't some trouble about this.
A gap exists between East and West Europe's industrial development because of differing economic systems. In Eastern Europe, communism was replaced by capitalism. The North Sea is important for oil and natural gas.
You fight with the strength of many men, Sir Knight. I am Arthur, King of the Britons. I seek the finest and the bravest knights in the land to join me in my court at Camelot. You have proved yourself worthy. Will you join me? You make me sad. So be it. Come, Patsy.
None shall pass.
What?
None shall pass.
I have no quarrel with you, good Sir Knight, but I must cross this bridge.
Then you shall die.
I command you, as King of the Britons, to stand aside.
I move for no man.
So be it. Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've heard worse.
You liar.
Come on, you pansy.
Victory is mine. We thank thee, Lord, that in thy mercy...
Come on, then.
What?
How about you?
You are indeed brave, Sir Knight, but the fight is mine.
Oh, had enough, eh?
Look, you got no arms left.
Yes, I have.
Look!
Just a flesh wound.
Look, stop that!
Chicken! Chicken!
Look, I'll have your leg. Right!
Right, I'll do you for that.
You what?
Come here.
What are you going to do, bleed on me?
I'm invincible!
You're a loony.
The Black Knight always triumphs! How about you? Come on, then. Oh. All right, we'll call it a draw.
Come, Patsy.
Oh, I see. Running away, eh? You yellow! Come back here and take what's coming to you! I'll bite your legs off!
The advantages of the European Union are that they have efficient industries, access to larger markets, access to human, capital, and natural resources, and greater influence of world markets. The disadvantages are that they have closing industries, no industrial concentration, agribusiness replacing the family farms, and common agreement is difficult.
European industries played a larger role in exploration, colonization, and imperialism, which resulted in spread of culture. The Commonwealth of Nations peacefully gained independence from Britain.
Britain was the birthplace of Industrial Revolution. Rome and Greece were the birthplace of Western democracy.
The political landscape of Europe has changed many times, particularly after World War I and World War II.
Played in towards Altidore. Can he turn and shoot here? Dempsey scores! Clint Dempsey puts the US ahead. What a shocker. And becomes only the 4th American player ever to score against Italy.
A good run going forward from Fabian Johnson, but this is what you do, Josie Altidore. Hold that ball, be strong, good layoff. What a finish. Clint Dempsey having an understanding to come back away from Josie on the right, buries it.
The only other Americans to score against Italy, Aldo Donelli in 1930, John Harkes in 1992, and Landon Donovan at the Confederations Cup with a penalty. Look what it means to Jurgen Klinsmann.
Prior to its breakup in the 1990s, Yugoslavia contained many ethnic groups. Some of these were the Serbs, Croats, Bosnians, and Albanians. This diverse population has caused conflict in the region. Sporadic conflict among groups, wars, and revolutions.
I see that you're not represented by Council today. We understand that this is of your own choice. You do have the right, of course, to defend yourself. You also have a right to counsel, and you should consider carefully whether it's in your own best interests not to be represented.
I consider this tribunal a false tribunal and indictments, false indictments. It is illegal, so I have no need to appoint counsel to illegal order. 15 minutes.
The severest crimes that you can have, crimes against humanity, war crimes, genocide.
And the charges against him, war crimes, crimes against him.
This is the first former head of state ever to be put on trial by an international court.
At the outset, he thought he could have it all, perhaps. A new Yugoslavia
himself a second Tito. We must use the word ethnic cleansing. It happened over and over again. But in these days when the press, radio and television bring wars to our homes as they occur, the issue is, or maybe, did he know they were happening? Of course he did.
Let the witness take the declaration.
Deklaroj solemisht se do të them të vërtetën, gjithë të vërtetën dhe asgjë përveç së vërtetës.
Witness, can you please give the court your full name?
Jam Shyrete Berisha.
Is this the coffee shop where you were?
Po, ky është kafiçi ku policia sërbe mi vrau 4 fëmijët e mi.
Ireland. One island of the British Isles contains two countries, Erie and Ulster. Ulster is more commonly known as Northern Ireland and Erie is Ireland. Ireland gained its independence from the UK in 1922, but Northern Ireland chose to remain under British control. The majority of the people of Northern Ireland are Protestant, while the natives of Ireland are Catholic.
We are part of Great Britain, the most loyal part of Great Britain.
The truth will never hide, even though I tried. They tried to take my pride, but they only took my father from me. They only took my father.
Small nation that stood alone, not for 1 year or 2, but for several hundred years.
God be with you, Ireland. God be with you, Ireland.
Romanism has controlled in this land for many centuries, and Romanism has bred poverty and ignorance and priestcraft and superstition. Thank God for the liberty of the gospel.
I lost my religion now. You do that you somehow gotta call thy hand. Gotta call I have served my time. God be with you, Ireland. God be with you, Ireland. I have served my time. God be with you, Ireland.
Crime is crime is crime. It is not political, it is crime.
We come here, as Mary has said, with dignity. They, the people in the green uniform, are the trespassers.
stop this. Bury your pride with my boy. To those that have done this, my family forgive you.
Centuries of war between Protestant British descendants and native Catholics erupted into violence in the 1960s. Bombings, kidnappings, and killings have continued to plague Northern Ireland since the violence began.
Most obvious hazard for a cyclist. You're riding along when suddenly an antelope knocks you off your bike. But then again, this is South Africa, and probably seeing the cyclist as a bit of a threat, a challenger even. It's quick too, knocking the rider over before heading off, showing no signs of injury, which cannot be said for Evan. Gingerly picking himself up and checking out his shattered helmet, but none the worse for wear. Later posting on Twitter that he was stable with nothing more than a stiff neck.
The country of Switzerland is well known for its multiple languages. The 4 official languages are German, Romance, Italian, French. Switzerland is also known for its international banking. The French-speaking countries of the world are called the Francophone world.
Camelot. 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 It's only a model. Shh. Knights, I bid you welcome to your new home. Let us ride to Camelot.
We're knights of the round table. We dance whenever we're able. We do routines, we call us scenes, the footwork impeccable. We dine well here in Camelot. We eat ham and jam and Spamalot. We're knights of the round table. Our shows are for mid-table. So many times we give and rhymes that are quite unsingable. We're off and mad in Camelot. We sing from the diaphragm.
I have to push the Pramalot.
No, on second thoughts, let's not go to Camelot. It is a silly place. Right.